Welcome to the 50-50, where I get to take two analysts and make them bicker like 12-year-old cringe lords. I've got with me Mr. I think I'm important because I had a baby, Gibbs.
What's up, man? How you doing?
And I've got with me on the other side, Mr. I don't like it, so let's make a meme out of it, Lawler.
Hey.
How's it going, boys? All right, so here's how it's going to work. I'm going to ask these guys a question, and I'm pretty sure they're going to disagree with it, most likely. I probably may have planned it. Might be a little bit scripted. They're going to argue, and I'm going to give an abstract winner who I think won. Maybe the one who yelled the loudest, maybe the one who I thought had the best points. We'll figure it out. But we got a little something special about halfway through. But let's get started right away. Guys, you prepped?
No, not at all.
Not at all. You look prepped. You look at him. He's ready.
Prepped.
He's ready.
It's hard to take down a champion, so you need some prep work.
Well, maybe I like the improv a bit more. We'll see, Gibbs.
We'll see.
First question. What do you guys think? Who's the best European player? What do you got, Gibbs?
Oh, me. I was going to go Lawler.
Yeah. Boom.
I'm going to go Mr. K-Dop himself, the European MVP from league play. He does it all. On the offensive side, plus on the defensive side, had the second most saves, and also he assists all his players. Also, Fairy Peak, his teammate, didn't have a great season. He had to carry that team a bit, Mockett, and they had a really, really strong season. So I have to go with K-Dop as the best player in Europe right now, and now he's on Gale Force. He's got talent surrounding him. So I think they will be the world champions at the end of the season.
You heard it from the man himself. Lawler, what you got in return?
The best part about that is, you know who was the world champions? Remco. You want to know why? He beat K-Dop. He was on top of that because he did the same thing, but just that much better in 2 series. Back to back, he was able to handle the pressure on top and over the top of K-Dop, and that's why Remco's the best. He does what K-Dop does, but even better.
Yeah, but Remco, he's always surrounded by talent. He was surrounded by Devo and Turbo. I feel like maybe a better duo than a Mystic and a Fairy Peak. And K-Dop, it was within one goal and one game that could have been a world championship for him. So that's why I got K-Dop.
Well, Gibbs is used to carries, right? When he used to play with Kronovi. So
of course.
He's always got a soft spot for carries.
Exactly.
I mean, but that's the difference, though, is in that situation, guess who didn't make the mistake? Remco. Remco was the one there on both offense and defense, helping his teammates out, just like K-Dop does, but doing it to secure the win under the most pressure. They had to come from behind in that lower bracket. That's a lot of pressure for a player to be able to come out on top and counter it twice to win.
I mean, they lost to a North America team. That's why they had to come back. So they lost to NRG, and they got swept. So I think maybe that's why they had to come back.
They may have lost to NRG, but guess who lost to them twice?
All right. We got plenty more questions, so let's just move on to the next one.
All right.
Who do you guys have pegged right now, currently, as the best North American team? Lawler.
It's hard to argue with consistency. I have to go with NRG. NRG has shown that over 3 seasons they are the best, despite any adversity that they handle. No matter what, at the end of the season, at the end of league play, they have shown that they're the ones on top, and they've done it again in this offseason. Despite the adversity, they've brought in Garrett. He has been able to show that, whether it be at the X Games, whether it be at DreamHack, they always have a top performance. They may not always clutch it, but they do have the performance that backs that they can also be at that top at all times.
Yeah, but DreamHack wasn't really a top performance. They got 5th. And who'd they lose to? Cloud9, and they got swept. Very first land for Cloud9, Squishy Muffins, Gimmick, and Torment, and they come out on top, beating everyone. Sure, Energy finally got their win, but they've been there like 8 times.
Yeah, but
Cloud9's been there once.
Didn't they make sure to make it into league play in the first place?
That is very true, but that doesn't mean anything now because we're going into Season 4, and Cloud9 is looking so good. Squishy Muffins, he's finally figured out that I think he's a passer. He's so creative on his shots, and now he's figured out that he can make those passes. And Gimmick, one of the best closers in the game right now. Torment, he's a rock on defense, and I think it'll be upset alert. Cloud9 will win the North American Championship.
I just look at history and the way that it's repeated themselves. I haven't seen Cloud9 give me back-to-back-to-back performance over the course of an extended period of time. We've seen it for maybe a couple weeks. With Energy, we've seen it for 3 seasons.
Times are changing, Lawler. Times are changing. Cloud9's coming out on top this time. They've looked great.
We'll see.
All right, we got a lot of new teams and a lot of new rosters. Roster shuffle madness early this week, right before the signups closed. What do you guys think? Was replacing Maestro with Greasy the right choice? Yes or no, good or bad? Gibbs!
This one's tough. Maestro's my boy. I'm going to say it's a bad move because, sure, Northern Gaming and then Team Envious and all that, they won the World Championship with Turbo, But they were still the best team in Europe before that with Maestro. They were extremely dominant. Sure, they lost to Makin in the playoffs in 7 games, but I think they would have been huge favorites coming in anyway, say they had Maestro. Maestro did have a lot of vacation time and a lot of events missed, so I can see why they would go with Greasy. But Maestro is the only player to win a series where he's the only member to score a goal. They beat Gale Force in a 3-0 sweep. Maestro, the only one to score in that series. I think he's a huge part of that team, and I think it's a mistake that they're going with.
I think that's difficult, though, because if you look at the situation that they're in, where's Maestro been? Exactly like you stated, he's been on vacation, he's been at schooling, he's been doing stuff. He hasn't really been dedicated in a sense because he's taking this downtime. And we've seen time and time again, when you take that downtime in a player, they fall off. We saw him play with the leftovers last week, and it just wasn't the same Maestro that we're used to. They got dominated by a flip side that came in super late. With the addition of Greasy, Greasy has shown that over the past month that he was an answer. He did the same thing for Flipside. He was the one leading the charge, helping that team out win victories. And when you're taking a teammate that he's already been playing with and that he's already familiar with and bringing them back into this situation, it's only going to make their team stronger.
It's so boring.
But plus, there's
You guys
internal
are so
conflict.
boring.
There's been things going on with this duo that a lot of people don't know about. And I'd rather have them do it now before it's too late, where it creates issues before the season even starts.
Yeah, but Greasy played with Markey and Cooks, and they got 5th place at the World Championships. Sure, Greasy, I think, was
But
doing
was
a little
Greasy
bit.
the issue?
I think part of it was everyone, and I think maybe part of that is Greasy. And at the same time, they still have like 40 days until a Maestro would have to play again. He's got plenty of warm-up time. They're already qualified, so I think Maestro would have been the better
Envious
pickup
has
here.
the leg up because they're already going with someone who's there.
I'm not gonna lie. I stopped listening to you guys a good like minute and a half ago. You guys started droning on. You guys are probably the quietest 50-50 I've ever seen. Let's see if this 4th question gets any sort of fire riled up in the both of you. Our North American heartthrobs, they've broken. They've been broken slightly. They've lost a third of the team. Turtle has been replaced with insolences. Do you think this is good or bad, Lawler?
It is a horrible idea. What is the history of insolences? It's not good.
What's the history of Rogue this summer?
Oh,
Not good.
Absolutely garbage.
That may be the case, but is Insol really the answer? A guy who, for the first time in like 6 months, has stopped playing Counter-Strike, and he's going to be the answer? They had the same results. Horrible this weekend.
They had 4 overtimes versus Hollywood Hammers. Sure, they lost. It was the first
It's
time they were
Hollywood
playing
Hammers.
with insolences. The very
A
first
team
time.
that just formed. They just came together, and they had to struggle against that. A team that has been together with Matt and Sis combo that's played more than anybody else, according to this man himself, which is true.
They got second because of a
Damn right it is.
4-way tiebreaker.
Damn right.
They were 2 games away from not even making playoffs, and then they haven't showed up since. They haven't beat a North America team since they beat Denial to make that a top 2 spot for a qualification. They needed to make a move. Now, again, I'm not sure if insolences is the correct answer, but they definitely had to do something. So I am pretty excited to see how he does. Now, we'll see after like 5 weeks if insolences gets bored again and doesn't want to play anymore.
And that's
but
what
they
worries
had
me
to make a
because
move.
in history of Insol, he has shown that he creates more problems than he solves. Yes, he is a good player, but imagine what they could do if they just had someone who was willing to sit down and grind and help them out.
But also, Turtle, he's pretty happy about it. He's like, all the pressure is gone. He gets to breathe a
He's
little.
just
So I think
saving face right
overall,
now.
for team,
He's doing the right thing.
Like Turtle seems like he does not like pressure at all. He always wants to play
But
well.
aren't we arguing the fact if Insol was the right answer,
all right.
not
You're
Turtle
both
being happy that he's leaving?
So incredibly boring at this, and I'm actually disappointed. So I'm gonna have to spice things up. All right. Clearly, you guys just can't do it on your own. You're not gonna argue. You're not gonna bicker. You're not gonna yell. You're too civil.
Sorry for being respectful.
you're
of the
too
kids.
sure
civil.
we're arguing here. It's just we don't throw around tables like
There's
Quinn
nothing
does.
fun about that. I want to see fire. So we're gonna
Should
do
we
something
just gang up
different.
on him? Like-
We're gonna do something a little
Nice
bit different. It's gonna be some quick fire stuff. All right. This is gonna be the lightning round. This is what we're gonna do for you guys. All right. This is the lightning round. I'm just gonna rattle off questions. You guys give me your answer. That's it. It's 2 answers. You either give one or the other. I'm giving you 2 options. You got it?
Sure.
Ready?
Okay.
20XX or Slipstream?
20XX.
Slipstream.
That took too long, Gibbs. Batmobile or DeLorean?
Batmobile.
Batmobile, like it's garbage. DeLorean.
No offense, Shogun, but why?
DeLorean is garbage.
DeLorean. You know what? I'm not part of this. I'm gonna stay quiet. Favorite paint texture?
Digital, because it's new and it's fun.
Because it's new and
the
it's
new
fun.
blocky one, gloss, whatever it is. I don't
He
know what
doesn't
it is.
even know,
He didn't even know the name of
It
it.
looks cool.
You pretty much lost it for that. Favorite export car?
Favorite? Oh, you mean import?
Import
car?
car. Import car. Sorry.
The Octane ZSR because it's close to the Octane.
Octane ZSR.
Look at you fanboys. Bananas or oranges?
Oranges because halftime soccer games, orange slices. Best thing
Bananas because potassium is awesome.
ever. Orange juice though.
Treadmills or ellipticals? You don't work out, do you
I'm
guys?
going to go
Come on, guys.
ellipticals because it's less work on your knees.
It's technically better for your joints.
Yeah.
Treadmill because why not?
To go or delivery?
Delivery.
To go because I'm not lazy like Lawler.
You're still getting to go.
You don't
Yeah,
even
but I'm going out and actually getting out of the house instead of sitting in
What's
front of my
the point?
computer
You know, again, I
for
should-
24
I
hours.
If I want
today.
food, just bring it to me.
I shouldn't be a part of this. Who's cuter, Remco or Maestro?
Maestro.
Maestro.
Move on.
Easy. Easy.
That was probably unfair. And what is your favorite standard Rocket League map?
The new Champions Stadium. Champions Field is gorgeous.
Wasteland and Starbase. I don't like standard.
Oh, wow. What did you just start that? Wasteland?
Wasteland and Starbase are better than every standard map in the game. Simple.
I don't know how offended one person can get.
If I have to choose a standard, I'll go Snowtopia because it's
Never
beautiful.
been so offended in my life.
Dude, there's non-standard maps because of Cosmic because we kept saying we wanted them.
Neo
Maybe it didn't
Tokyo.
really work out, but
Neo Tokyo
for-
was the dream.
Non-standard. Neo
And-
Tokyo was fun.
And my
it was really
heart
fun.
is broken.
no.
It was
Bring it
the
back,
dream.
please. You said non-standard, not standard. I totally heard that wrong.
Standard.
No,
I said
no,
standard.
I said standard.
So
I
you-
I
just
said
changed
standard.
it.
Gibbs just didn't care.
Yeah,
All right, so
I don't
I'm not
care.
going to lie. You both lost. I cannot give a winner. That had to be the blandest 50-50 I've had so far. So
Because we're civil. Me and
So
Lawler
civil.
are gentlemen.
maybe I've been desensitized because of Quinn, and he's just always screaming, and I can see a little bit of murder in his eyes every time he gets excited. It's a little horrifying.
It is.
So
You know, that's gonna be
you're
it.
afraid that's why.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, let me know what you guys think. I mean, hashtag Team Lawler, I guess. Hashtag Team Gibbs. You can tweet it out at us. You can tweet it out at RLCS. You can put it there in chat. Let us know what you think. But that's going to be it for overtime. This is the last segment. Sorry to put you on a snoozer for the end of this one. It's just, what is.
Excuse me, Carpet. I think it was
What,
a
Gibbs?
well-done production.
Would you rather it
Yep.
be your trivia segment where no one can get your answers
Yeah,
right?
because you guys are all dumb.
Oh, there it is.
Do I win after that?
The
I'm
fighting
pretty
words.
sure you won because I said non-standard's better, so that's all right.
To be fair, he couldn't even think of a paint name.
Sure.
I can't tell it was any worse. All right, but that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you enjoyed it, you can tune in next week, same exact time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, right here, twitch.tv/Rocket League. But until then, see you next time, guys.